Hey, happy people. So today we are making some vegan sushi rolls, and of course they will be alkaline. We'll be using alkaline products to make this. Instead of the sushi rice, we'll be using other alternatives. So stay tuned so you can see what I use to make sushi rolls. Alright, we're back and we are ready to make our sushi rolls. I, for some reason, just wanted some sushi rolls, so I just chose to do a video today. So we're going to do this video and we're going to make like 3 different ones just because I like having variety and complex in my food. If you saw the previous video, you already saw the sauces that I made for them. So let's get started. My very first one, we will not be using the nori sheet as the wrap. We are actually going to use some romaine lettuce, but you have to process it first. So we have to put it in some hot water and let it blanch for just 10 seconds or so it'll soften up, so to be able to manipulate when we're rolling it. You want to do about at least 9 good leaves, and you need the long leaves, not the baby ones, but you want the long ones because you're going to have to double this up. So when you're rolling it, you need to double the layers so that way it won't break on you, or your food won't, your filling won't tear through it. Alright, so you just want to blanch it right until it starts to wilt. Like when it starts to be able to fold over, then you're good. Alright, so it's starting to wilt down now, so we're just going to take it out. You need to place it on some paper towels to dry it out because you want it to be as dry as possible. Lay it rib side up so that way your water will drain very well. And layer paper towels in between it. Make sure you get those folded edges because your lettuce will fold because it's wilted a little bit. Now blanch it just a little bit. You don't want that much blanching, just want to stop it from cooking. And don't go straight into the blanching because it curls up like really bad if you go straight into the blanching right from the hot water. Very quickly, you don't need that much. Lettuce is very thin. So now you just want to pat it as dry as you can. You may have to change your paper towel, and I think I'm going to have to because that is wet. Alright, so here we go. We need a sushi rolling mat. I have one and a Ziploc bag. This makes cleaning up much easier. You can do saran wrap, but I kind of hate saran wrap. Me and it fight a lot, so this is much easier for me. Me and saran wrap, like, be at it. It's crazy. But, alright, so now you're just going to make sure your lettuce is completely dry. Well, as dry as you can get it. Make sure you open up those little folds. Get that. First, I don't know why I put my mat right there. First thing you have to do is you have to cut out the rib because that is not going to roll very well. But don't throw it away because we're going to use it in the inside. Alright, so sushi mat, we're going to do it on this side so you guys can see it from the side camera. Alright, so your pieces are broken. It's okay. Just as long as they're not broken too bad. Because you can cover up the broken pieces with another piece. See how that is split right there? So we're just going to make sure that this actually covers that. Get that double coverage. Oh, that bad boy done handled it a little bit there. So actually I'm just going to lay that one in the middle right there. It can cover that because it has a big gap in it. This is why you cook extra pieces, because it don't always turn out perfect. So we'll just use this piece to cover that. Alright, so this is going to be the last one of this row. And now you're just going to go back and layer in between your seams right there. Okay, and usually that would probably be enough right there, but since I already cooked the lettuce, I already blanched it, I just layer the whole thing on. Okay, so our lettuce, we've put it down and we're ready. We're gonna start by putting our filling in this bowl right here. I just have some, this is wild rice, avocado, and salt. I cooked my wild rice, then added an avocado, one whole small avocado, and a little salt, and just mixed it up together. That is going to be like our sushi rice, but not necessarily sushi rice. And just spread you a thin layer on here. Try not to mess up your lettuce too much. Alright, so usually at the when you have nori sheets, I would say stop about right here. So you would have a little for it to stick with the water to itself, but because the lettuce is not going to stick by itself with the water, this is going to be your glue to it, so you can go to the edge with this. Just like I say, make it a thin layer so it don't just squeeze out when you're rolling it. Alright, enough of that. Now we're going to add a little bit of the lettuce. What am I trying to say? The lettuce rib, the lettuce stalk. For some reason I just could not get that right. Going to put that right up front here. And this is just some zucchini. I marinated a little bit in my homemade soy sauce. And we got some orange bell pepper. And a few of the big mushrooms, and I got some green onion here. Put a little bit of that on there. And a few slivers of tomato. Now, here's the hard part. Rolling this up. I am not that great at rolling sushi rolls, but it don't stop me from making them though. So, you just want to grab everything, pull it to you, roll tightly, trying to keep everything together like that. Press it a little bit together. Bring your wrap back. Roll again. Pressing. Got anything sticking out the edge? Try to push it back a little bit. Oh, one piece ain't going. Oh, it's too long. That's why. And just keep rolling till you get it rolled up. Pressing tightly. Whew. If you like me, you're going to always have a mess at the end. And let's see here. That one piece just do not want to stick to it. And look at that. Besides this one freaking piece, ruining my show here. And I like that color. This is why I like to do this, because that color is just awesome like that with the multicolor. And I usually set this in the refrigerator for a few minutes at least before I cut it. Alright, so now I'm going to put this one in the refrigerator. Can y'all see that color? That is just too cute. But I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and clean this up, and we'll get to our second sushi roll. Alright, so now, sushi roll number 2. This time we are going to use the nori sheet. Remember, shiny side down. And this time we're going to use a little quinoa, cooked quinoa with just a little onion powder, sea salt. That's it. This just happened to be red quinoa. I didn't use the white one. I like a little color and complexity in my food. If y'all haven't noticed, like most of my freaking dishes take forever to cook, right? But they be delicious. They're worth it. Alright, so with this one, like I was saying, you want to leave a little edge so that way it will seal well. It won't come apart. And same thing, thin layer, even layer. Okay, gonna stop it right there. Alright, so finished with our quinoa. I have some cucumber here I have cut up. 2 nice slices there. I got some orange bell pepper. And a little bit of couple of slices of red, few slices of purple onion. Alright, and then I have a little bit of mango here cut up. Alright, and we're going to add a little sea salt to our veggies. I always add sea salt to my veggies, but adding a little sea salt to your veggies definitely brings out the flavor. With the other one, it already has sea salt in the avocado and wild rice, so I didn't add any. But usually I sprinkle a little sea salt over my veggies on my sushi rolls before I roll them. Alright, so here we go. And I didn't really even need any water for that one. Just a little edge right there. Bring it back just to make sure it's rolled pretty tightly there. Do it one more time. Pressing hard, but not squeezing the middle out the edges. And there we have it. Put that one on a plate. Put it in the refrigerator for a couple of minutes while we roll the next one. I totally forgot about my tomato. I usually put tomato on this. I don't know how I forgot. So we're going to put some tomato right on top of this. Just like this. These tomatoes were blanched. I'll put a little video right here. I just blanched them in some hot water and then cold water to stop the cooking. De-seeded them and took the middle part out. All of the inside, just kept the meat part of it, and put it in a little soy sauce, homemade soy sauce, and marinated in there while I was prepping everything else. And we're just going to add this on here like this. If you're definitely doing this to entertain, this is much better because this definitely adds the visual aesthetic. Now, press that on there just a little bit so that way it will adhere a little bit to the nori sheet. That end is just not going to make it. That tomato is just too thick. Let's try one more. A little better. Alright, so now put this in the refrigerator while we make our last one, and we'll be all set. So alright, so our third sushi roll is going to be like a chickpea salad one. So we will need a blender or a food processor. You could probably do this by hand too. Just chop up everything very small, so that way it would blend well for you. You could just smash the chickpeas with a fork or something. But I have some chickpeas, tomatoes, some butternut squash. I also have some fennel stem here that was frozen, so it's quite soft now. But I have some purple onion and some green onion. I have some red bell pepper and some romaine lettuce, but we're not going to put the romaine lettuce in the blender. That's actually going to go on the roll. So we're going to just add all of this in here. Just move this on the side. Alright, we're going to put this a little bit. I'm not making it a big much. Alright, one more blitz, but before we do that, we're going to now add our salt. And for this, I have some onion powder, some dill weed, my ginger, gotta have my ginger, and a little dulse flakes, so to give it a little bit of a seaweed flavor, sea type flavor. Like I say, don't over pulse it, because you don't want it to be just a mush mush. And I'm just going to add some avocado. Just smash it in. This is going to be what helps it to stick together a little bit. Alright, that should be good enough. Alright, and we have our nori sheet again. Move this out of the way. Again, creating a layer, keeping an edge. Alright, that should be enough. And we're just going to add our lettuce. I don't need to add salt on top of this because I put salt in the actual roll. Actually, I'm just going to put a little more avocado in there because I like avocado. Okay, now we're just going to roll this one to the best of my abilities, because usually with the avocado on my hand, it's rough. But here we go. I'm telling you, rolling this one is always rough for me. Rolling any of them really is rough for me. And we got a little spillage here, so just take that off. Your seam is going to be down anyway, so nobody will be able to see it. And if it's just you, do you really care? Alright, so this one goes into the refrigerator for about 5-10 minutes here. Like I say, just give it a little stiffen it up right quick. And then we'll come back after I clean this all up and cut them open. Okay, so it has been about 10 minutes here. They've been in the refrigerator just sitting there getting a little chilled. So now we are going to cut these bad boys up. So first I always cut off the end pieces because they're usually the worst. I gotta take this out of this. I'm gonna make a mess. You definitely need a sharp knife. One trick that I've learned is that if you have a sharp knife and you wet it a little bit with some oil or water, that will definitely help. Alright, so just cut this guy down the middle, and then I just start cutting sections. Usually I get about 8 pieces. Now for the Big Daddy King. Lay a couple of those flat so you guys can see what it looks like flat. Alright, so we got them all cut up, so we're just going to add a little sauce here. This is my creamy walnut sauce. So I usually just add a little drizzle over the top of a few of them. Not too many. We have our key lime tahini. It's a little thick now. I'm just going to drizzle over a couple of these. And then I have my ginger garlic one, but this one we're just going to use to dip. And there you have it, people. Oh, I did make some extras on the side, what was left of the filling. Instead of like putting it away, I just actually made some more. Put a little avocado on top, so let's stick these guys in here too. Alright, so I'm now going to go get Happy so he can do a taste test right quick. Be right back. Before we even take any off this, I'm just going to throw a few little sesame seeds and take my picture right quick. I totally forgot.
I know, you be calling me down here every time, but I know.
3. Okay, we're back. I got Happy, and we're gonna test this out. He's gonna see if he likes these or not. Well, some of them have a little bit of walnut sauce. Some of them have a little bit of the ginger sauce. Just pick one or two, whatever you like. You want a fork, spoon, some chopsticks, whatever.
Yeah, I tried the chopsticks.
While I was getting Happy, I did sprinkle a little bit of sesame seeds on there, the black ones and the white ones. So let's give it a try here.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to take, I think this one with some sauce on it.
I'm going to tell you a story about when I first had sushi. My sister Shani took me to a sushi bar for my birthday. It was good till she told me what the skin was, you know, it was kind of different. And I said, I don't want to eat it no more. But I lied. Do taste like so.
That one is very good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Try a smorgasbord one here with a little avocado on it.
I don't know, this look like sushi on here.
Oh, those tomatoes? Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Uh-oh.
good.
Mm-hmm.
And cold.
Mm-hmm. Now with the last ones, you're not probably going to be able to pick it up with your chopsticks because it is pretty big. You don't have to make it as big as I did. I just go overboard sometimes. So I'm going to put them down. I ain't even going to try that one with one of those, so I'm going to do this. Mm-hmm.
The sushis. Okay, I'll try this one. Got to make a mess.
I like that crunch. And with that creamy walnut sauce on there, there's a little bit of sweetness.
Okay.
Alright, and with that, people, we're not going to let y'all sit here and watch us eat these all, because we're just going to sit down and eat. So, until next time, stay happy.
And don't forget to get your Stay Happy t-shirts at MrStayHappy.com. Oh! God. That's a deal right there.
Uh-huh.